Join me as I dive deep into the complex history of the Israel-Palestine conflict and try to explain it all in just 10 minutes. Today, we will explore the historical roots of the Israel-Palestine conflict and the key events that have shaped this ongoing struggle. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a long-standing dispute that has its roots firmly planted in the early 20th century. At its core, it's a struggle for control over a piece of land known as Israel or Palestine. Depending on one's perspective, this land is home to two distinct groups of people, each with their own national identities, cultures, and histories. The Israelis claim this land as their ancestral homeland, while the Palestinians assert their right to self-determination and statehood. The conflict is also fueled by deep-seated historical grievances, stemming from the displacement and marginalization of Palestinians in the wake of Israeli independence in 1948. Many Palestinians were forced to flee their homes, leaving behind their land, property, and livelihoods. This traumatic event, known as the Nakba or catastrophe in Arabic, has left an indelible mark on the Palestinian psyche and continues to inform their political aspirations today. For Israelis, on the other hand, the establishment of their state in 1948 marked a triumphant moment in their history, an opportunity to rebuild their nation after the horrors of the Holocaust. However, this triumph came at a great cost, with the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, many of whom remain refugees to this day. As the conflict has evolved over the years, it has become increasingly complex, with numerous failed peace initiatives, periods of relative calm punctuated by outbreaks of violence, and a deepening sense of mistrust and hostility between the two sides. We'll delve into significant milestones, including the Balfour Declaration, the establishment of Israel in 1948, and the subsequent wars and peace efforts that have occurred. The Balfour Declaration, issued by the British government in 1917, marked a significant turning point in the history of the conflict. In this document, the British government expressed its support for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, then an Ottoman region with a small Jewish population. This declaration paved the way for the influx of Jewish immigrants into Palestine, leading to growing tensions with the indigenous Arab population. The establishment of Israel in 1948 was a major milestone in the conflict, as it marked the creation of a Jewish state in the Middle East. This event, however, also triggered a wave of violence and displacement, as hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced to flee their homes or were expelled by Jewish forces. The subsequent years saw a series of wars and skirmishes between Israel and its Arab neighbors, including the 1956 Suez War, the 1967 Six-Day War, and the 1973 Yom Kippur War. In the aftermath of these conflicts, various peace initiatives were launched, including the Camp David Accords in 1978 and the Oslo peace process in the 1990s. While these efforts achieved some limited success, they ultimately failed to bring about a lasting resolution to the conflict. The turning point for many was the 1967 Six-Day War, which drastically changed the borders and dynamics of the conflict, setting the stage for future tensions. In a shockingly swift and decisive campaign, Israel captured the Gaza Strip and the West Bank from Egypt and Jordan, respectively, as well as East Jerusalem from Jordan. This expansion of Israeli territory has had far-reaching consequences, including the growth of Jewish settlements in the occupied territories and the continued displacement of Palestinians. Since then, the conflict has continued to simmer, with periods of relative calm punctuated by outbreaks of violence, including the First and Second Intifadas in the late 1980s and early 2000s, the ongoing blockade of Gaza, the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, and the continued displacement of Palestinians have all contributed to a deepening sense of mistrust and hostility between the two sides. To wrap up, we have seen how historical narratives and political decisions have fueled the conflict, making resolution challenging. If you found this video informative, don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts and check out our other videos for more insights on global conflicts. Thanks for watching and please subscribe my channel Kickoff History.